thing about Toronto. Number one, let's just face it. They're soft. This is a soft team. It's been that way for the last 5 or 6 years.
Thank you. Kawhi Leonard was a shot fighter by the fourth quarter, never hit a basket. He's out of gas. Kawhi's got nothing left.
He's been the third best player in the playoffs.
Ooh. Who's number 1 and 2?
Nikola, Joker, Greek Freak.
No, I don't think Kawhi is going to be the difference maker.
That was simply the luckiest shot that ever fell to win a playoff game. I don't like that guy, and it couldn't happen to a worse guy.
The Raptors, you know, they always gas out. It happens every year.
The Toronto Raptors do not have enough offensive firepower to offset what Milwaukee will inevitably be able to throw at them.
I honestly think we've seen the last of the Raptors after this series because I think Milwaukee's just better.
This one game into the series, and I'm already ready to declare this series is over. They can't beat these boys.
I think the Bucks are the best team in the league. I think they are the only team right now that would not only could beat the Warriors, but would beat the Warriors.
And it is soft.
They're nice.
I like visiting too, but it's soft. All right, Drake is a dope rapper. He's a little soft.
Season 2 games are enough for me to say this is a wrap. What do you see?
It definitely is a wrap. I can't see Toronto winning more than one game this series. I actually said it was over after game 1.
Series. Bucks now lead it 2 games to 1 fashion. Raptors take 2. 7 rebounds. 24-year history. They will be headed to the NBA Finals. Milwaukee just took.
Is make all of us, including myself, look like absolute positive idiots.
What is going on, everybody? It is Handles and Kawhi. Going from this jump shot in college, although it's not that bad, in college, Kawhi is, I guess, really more slingshotting the ball rather than actually shooting it, to now this. Just goes to show how much work he's put in since he was a rookie in improving his offensive game. And it wasn't easy. And as everyone knows, he isn't the most emotional guy. Part of that may be due to the death of his father when he was only 16 years old. The day after he learned what had happened, he had to play in a game. He scored 17 points in a 68-60 loss, and right after the game, he broke into tears into his mother's arms. Although when the moment calls for Kawhi to show emotion, he does. But Kawhi has put in so much work to now be considered one of the top players, if not the top player in the game. What he's doing in these playoffs is just insane. Hitting game winners, hitting clutch shots, carrying his team, and it's all led to the NBA Finals, where Kawhi is not only competing for a championship, but is exacting his revenge on the Warriors, KD, and the Spurs. In his career, Kawhi is currently the second most efficient playoff basketball performer in history. That just says a lot about how good he is, and he's behind only Cedric Maxwell? But Kawhi never became Kawhi until after one whole year after winning Finals MVP. The very next season after the Spurs beat the Heat in 2014, Kawhi was averaging only 16.5 points. Granted, that's still pretty good, but I'm comparing that to the offensive and defensive juggernaut Kawhi we have now, who was able to average a career best 27 points per game this season and 31 points per game in this playoffs. But in that 2014-15 season, the Spurs were still very clearly not entirely Kawhi's team. It wasn't until his 5th year where Kawhi gained almost full reigns and was becoming one of the top players in the NBA. But their team wasn't able to retain the glory, as the next year they were defeated by Kevin Durant and the Thunder. Tim Duncan retired, and I'm sure everyone remembers what happened in the next season, in the 2017 NBA playoffs, where Kawhi was having MVP level season and was considered one of the top 3 players in the NBA. Unfortunately for Kawhi, his reputation took a big hit with that whole fiasco with the Spurs. Everyone, especially the media, was trashing him for wanting out. But one season later, all is forgiven, and the Spurs fans now hate him, but he's making them miss him so much right now, as they wish he was still on their team, seeing what he's doing in these playoffs. Now, the media doesn't help Kawhi at all, and they've repeatedly doubted his and the rest of his team's skills during these playoffs. But he's proved them wrong time and time again. He's seen the media make fun of his demeanor, and he's clearly not very appreciative of it.
Last night, Ilyasova came back to action with a 10.10.
That's for you guys to try to describe and, you know, make fun out of, and, you know, I'm in the moment right now. I don't know.
And I'm sure Kawhi remembered when the Bucks played his laugh when the Raptors beat them 4 straight, and taking Giannis's name out of the best player in the NBA conversation for exposing a clear hole in his game. I mean, the media are just a bunch of clowns. They have so many hot takes that just always end up being wrong. I mean, as you saw at the beginning of this video, and a prime example is Paul Pierce, but listening to all the arguing and dumb things they say is entertaining, and that's why we watch it. ESPN, TNT, they're all entertainers. But to be fair, we all have hot takes, so there's nothing really new here. But Kawhi's had to prove himself time and time again. After being down 2-1 against Philly, everyone counted them out. After being down 2-0 against Milwaukee, everyone was calling for a sweep. And now he's back in the NBA Finals against the Warriors, who Kawhi has been itching to have a rematch with since the 2017 NBA Western Conference Finals, where Zaza essentially stripped us of a whole year of watching Kawhi play basketball. And I know for sure Kawhi wants to beat the player when he returns that called him a system player. I'm sure that Kawhi thinks if he never got injured that he would have beat the Warriors in 2017. And given the fact that his Spurs blew a massive lead when he went out, and they would have won for sure had Kawhi not get injured, he's just been itching for this moment and a shot at redemption on the Warriors forever. And he gets to try it on the biggest basketball stage in the world. If it does happen, it will be sweet for Kawhi to get his revenge. Against the Warriors, against KD, against the Spurs for disrespecting him, against anyone who doubted. Raptors already took game 1, but it's a long series. But if he does get it done, it would be against one of the best teams in NBA history. And it would be a pretty sweet revenge story for Kawhi. People will be talking about it forever. And I'm sure if he wins, Kawhi will be crowned the best player in the NBA. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm Handles.